Hey everyone, my name is Kishan, I'm from the Netherlands, and over the past few years I've completely fallen in love with literature, specifically classic literature and contemporary literature. I don't have any degree in literature or English. I simply just love reading, exploring characters and themes, annotating. So, thank you for joining me today. I would like to share my thoughts, perspectives, and reflections on different books. And today we are going to talk about not this one, but Klara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. So I read 4 books by Kazuo Ishiguro. Remains of the Day, that's this one. I actually also made some annotations, as you can see. Yeah. The Buried Giant and Never Let Me Go. However, I didn't finish Never Let Me Go. The whole dystopian, bizarre setting just didn't click for me, but I really love the way Kazuo Ishiguro builds up this whole set of characters and their interactions. I can definitely appreciate it because it's so exquisite. But yeah, Never Let Me Go was just not for me. But today we're not talking about Never Let Me Go. We're talking about Klara and the Sun. And this is one of my all-time favorite books. It has a special place in my heart. So maybe it's a good idea to explain a little bit about Kazuo Ishiguro as a writer, as I also read some things about him before I started reading his books. And I think this really helped me to understand his novels or books better, because Kazuo Ishiguro is a British writer. He's originally from Japan. Watashi mo Nihongo ka hanaseru. 10 年間前、1年間 Nihon ni ryugaki shimashita. I actually said I also speak Japanese. 10 years ago, I studied abroad in Japan. So I don't know, I think Japanese writers speak to me like Murakami, Haruki Murakami. Yeah, Japan has a special place in my heart. I love Japanese music. I love anime, movies, the culture, the country itself, the contrasts, nature, technology. Yeah, also the Japanese teine, the, how do you say this in English? The manners, the mannerisms. Okay, sorry, I'm fangirling about Japan already. So, of course, Kazuo Ishiguro. What to know about him? What to know about this dude? Well, he won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2017, and he is fascinated by the human brain and memories. What do memories mean to us, and what does it mean if we lose our memories? Does it affect us in a positive way, negative way? If we look back, do we look back with melancholy, or is it better to look at the future? How do we make decisions based on our past? Memories and the brain. That's a theme that comes back in, I think, all books by Kazuo Ishiguro. So a little bit about Klara and the Sun, the story. It's about Klara, of course. We follow Klara. We see her perspective. We experience the whole story through her eyes. And that gives us a very, very unique opportunity to look at humanity from outside. How do we cope with emotions? How does Klara absorb information and reproduces this to have interaction with humans or other androids? Is very, very much exquisite and detailed. Kazuo Ishiguro did a great job making this so much realistic, and the whole lore is very realistic. So that's such a unique point of this book. Yeah, so Klara will get chosen, that's not a spoiler, by this girl Joshi. And we follow Klara's journey and interaction What's good to know is that Kazuo Ishiguro, he kind of writes very much flat. That's not, no, wait. Kazuo Ishiguro's writing style is pretty much straightforward. You know, you maybe read some sentences and you'll be like, okay, is this important or not? But in different chapters, everything can come together and gets connected, and he's very, very good at this. So the reward is very big, but I mean, there are some major plot twists and turns and big things in the book. But a friend of me, for example, she had a hard time reading the first 50 pages because she felt like no big things happened. And Klara and the Sun is not a book with big twists and turns. It's slow paced. It builds up. If you're okay with reading cryptic passages and also have patience, I will definitely recommend Klara and the Sun. The payoff is big. You have to see the bigger picture. You will if you get through it. And there are some major things happening in the book, and that's really exciting and also a bit um, it made me anxious at some points, but in a good way because the suspense was there, but it's just a very slow paced book. You have to read between the lines, and the payoff is big. What I also loved about this book is the way the sun is perceived. I love this book cover. I'm not sure if you can see it, but the patterns of the sun. I read this book in Dutch, and the sun rays are called patterns. And I love that you see the patterns of the sun rays. The story itself is so beautiful, it's so intelligent, it's intellectual. I really recommend this book. It's one of my favorites. It has a special place in my heart. So if you're at the right headspace, if you have patience, and if you're ready to be like stimulated on a high intellectual level, and if you want to have that whoa moment when everything comes together, definitely give Klara and the Sun a read. Maybe before the movie is out. I'm also looking forward to the movie. I saw the trailer and I was quite surprised. It looked really, really cool. A nice cast. So definitely looking forward to the movie also. But I will definitely recommend to read the book. So thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you finish Klara and the Sun, let me know what you think of it. I'm not sure which book I will review next time. I will definitely focus on the classic literature. I love the Penguin classics, as you can see. So if you have any recommendation also for another book, let me know. And I'll see you next time.